Many popular novels have stylistic elements commonly associated with journalistic writing. Moreover, many authors of popular novels begin their careers as journalists. So using a journalistic writing style increases the chances that a novel will be popular.
All right, so what is our conclusion here?
I said the last sentence.
Yeah, so using a journalistic writing style increases the chances that a novel will be popular. And what is our reasoning for that?
Because many popular novels have stylistic elements commonly associated with journalistic writing.
Okay, so, and what does many mean?
Not all.
Like, could be like, many could be as mild as some, right?
Yeah,
Like,
more than one.
more than one, yeah. So more than one populist novel has stylistic elements that are similar to journalistic. Okay, cool. Many authors, so again, like more than one author of popular novels first started as a career. So using a journalistic writing style increases the chances that a novel will be popular. Does that have to be true? Why not? Like, what is this author assuming or taking for granted?
That if you write in a journalistic, if you're doing journalistic writing, that that would make your book popular.
Well, it will increase the chances, but you just told me the conclusion again.
Yeah,
So
true.
what does this author have to assume to get to that conclusion?
Um, journalistic writing's popular right now, or people who write novels that are
So it's kind of like we think that like just because there's some overlap between these two categories,
mhm.
I think that having a journalistic writing style is actually influencing whether a novel will be popular or not. But just because these two things are overlapped, does
Mhm.
that mean that it's the journalist styles that's causing the novels to be more popular?
No.
No, like, or like what do like couldn't we like that's like saying many popular novels have, I don't even know, like some other character are as funny as comedians. So if you're a comedian, your like novel's going to be more popular.
Mhm.
We don't actually get to say that. So go ahead and start with A. Tell me if
It
you leave it or hate it.
takes something that is required for a novel to be popular to be something that is certain to make a novel popular. I didn't like that one.
No, because why?
Well, does that mean that like something that is required for a novel to be popular is the author saying like the journalistic style is required, and that's like not the case. And
Yeah,
also required and certain are pretty similar.
strong. Excellent. All right. What about B?
Takes for granted that most journalists could become novelists if they wanted to. um I crossed that one off also.
We takes for granted. Do we assume that most of them can?
Mm-mm.
Nope. Excellent. All right. What about C?
Fails to specify exactly what is required for a novel to be considered popular. I think this is what I chose. Yes, this was what I chose.
So why is this wrong?
Um, because they do specify what is required for a novel to be popular, which is the journalistic writing style. Um,
No. Okay. We don't actually say what specifically it is that makes something popular. Like, is it like number of sales? Is it that it like you have to sell so many of it? Is it that so many people read it, or it's in so many different languages? But
okay.
it's our flaw that we don't label what is considered popular, like
Okay.
what is that is required. Like, do we say okay? And do we okay? So based on what you said, though, do we ever say that having a journalistic writing style is actually required? Or no, right? That's too strong. We're just saying it increases your chances.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, though, we do fail to specify what is required.
Mm-hmm.
But our issue between the reasoning and our conclusion is the reason that our is the reason that this conclusion flawed because of that alone.
No. Is it like a correlation flaw?
Kind of, but for C, like, okay, so fails to specify exactly what is required for a novel. Um, like, even though we don't know exactly what makes it popular, it doesn't matter because our conclusion is just talking about a journalistic writing style increases the chances. So whatever that is, our flaw is still rooted in the fact that we're thinking journalistic writing somehow gives you an advantage.
Okay.
All right, what about D?
Fails to consider how many unsuccessful novels have been written in a journalistic style. I mean, that would definitely weaken.
Yeah, I like that. I'm like, what if more people have written unsuccessful novels in a written journalistic style than that have been successful?
Yeah, and I guess that goes at the like many popular novels that we don't know what many is.
Exactly. And then what about E?
Takes the fact that a novel is popular to indicate that it is well written. But no, I don't think they're making that jump.
Yeah, we don't assume that. We don't, yeah, and our conclusion isn't like for this one to be right, it would have to say something along the lines like, oh, this book is so popular. That's why everybody that writes novels is well written or something. Like people say that Nicholas Sparks books aren't well written, right? But they're so popular. I don't know if you've heard that, but
That makes sense.
they're still, I mean, they're good. People enjoy them. Okay, awesome.
Okay.